Once, in a small apartment in New York, I lived a life filled with love and happiness. My name is Mary, a 25-year-old girl with what seemed like a perfect life. My days were filled with laughter and beautiful memories with my beloved Alex. Alex and I met in college. We were like two perfectly fitting puzzle pieces. He had a smile that could light up the darkest room, and I was always mesmerized by his warmth and gentleness. We spent our time exploring every corner of the city, from hidden parks to cozy cafes scattered around Manhattan. Our afternoons were often spent in Central Park, walking hand in hand. The falling leaves in autumn added to the romantic atmosphere as we sat under a tree, sharing stories and dreams. Alex always listened attentively, as if every word I said was a treasure. We also had a sweet little tradition. Every Friday night, we would cook dinner together in my apartment. Though it didn't always turn out perfect, our laughter merged in the kitchen chaos. The night would end with a movie or just hours of talking, sharing our deepest thoughts and feelings. Our relationship was not just about romance, but also a deep friendship. Alex was my best friend, always there for me through thick and thin. Every time I returned to my apartment and saw him there, my heart felt warm and comfortable. We shared dreams, hopes, and even our deepest fears. However, this happiness did not last forever. As time passed, something began to change, and slowly, our love story started to enter a chapter I never imagined before. On an ordinary day, something happened that changed everything. Alex, who had always been loving and attentive, started to become different. He grew quiet and often seemed lost in his own thoughts. I tried to ask what was wrong, but his answers were vague and unclear. Then came a day I will never forget. Alex said he had to leave for a while, for reasons he couldn't explain. My heart shattered at his words, but I tried to understand. I thought it was just for a short time, that he would return and everything would be as before. But days passed without any word from Alex. I tried to reach him, but there was no response. The apartment, once filled with laughter and love, now felt empty and silent. I began spending time at the window, looking out, hoping to see his figure turn the corner. My nights were filled with memories of us. Every corner of the city we had visited together now brought pain. Central Park, our favorite cafe, even the small kitchen in my apartment. Everything reminded me of Alex and the happy days that had passed. I started to feel lost. My friends and family tried to comfort me, but nothing could fill the void Alex left. I felt like a part of me was missing with him. My days became a meaningless routine, just waiting for something I wasn't even sure would return. The uncertainty about what happened to Alex and why he left without explanation weighed on my mind. I was stuck in longing and confusion, not knowing what to do. I began to lose hope, but deep in my heart, there was still a glimmer of hope that one day he would come back. At the height of my sadness, I realized that I couldn't continue living like this. The hope I had held on to for Alex's return gradually began to fade, and I understood that I needed to start rebuilding my life, even if it was without him. The first step I decided to take was to accept the reality that Alex might never come back. I began to clean the apartment, putting away things that always reminded me of him. Each memory I stored away, every photo I took down from the wall, seemed to give me a little strength to move forward. I also decided to spend more time with my friends. They supported me in ways I had never realized before. They took me out, made me laugh, and slowly, I began to feel better. I also started pursuing old hobbies I had left behind, like painting and photography, helping me express my feelings and find peace in creativity. Then, I started chasing my dreams that had been on hold. I enrolled in courses I had wanted to take and started new projects I had always wanted to try. Each small success gave me confidence and reminded me that I could be independent and strong. I also learned to love myself again. I spent time on self-reflection, meditation, and therapy. I learned to forgive myself for the sadness I experienced and understood that happiness does not always depend on someone else. In the end, I realized that although Alex brought a lot of happiness into my life, I could also find happiness within myself. I learned that loss is a part of life and that I could rise from sadness and become stronger. Now, I can genuinely smile again. I no longer wait behind the window, but instead, I look forward with hope and courage. I understand that although some chapters need to be closed, my life's book has many unwritten pages, and I am ready to start a new chapter.